Hey everybody, this is Dan coming at you with another short video. And for some reason, I always have to go back to previous videos I've done. And I'm reminded of a conversation that me and a couple of brothers were having today over dinner after work. And we were talking about Nat Turner, John Brown, the Black Slave Revolution, black people leaving the South heading north on foot. And me and this brother was talking about, he told me that Ohio wasn't the North, it's the Midwest. And I told him, well, no, it was the North because you had to cross the Ohio River to get to freedom. When you landed on the shores of Cincinnati, you were free from Germantown, Kentucky. So, while we were talking, I was checking my emails and everything, and I found out that yet again another baby has been shot and is in critical condition in the Woodlawn community of Chicago. This time, the victim was 5 months old, and she was in a van with her father, who was Jonathan Watkins, whom they aptly labeled a gangster disciple member to castigate her to the realm of collateral damage, because that's what they do. To desensitize you and make the story or victim irrelevant, they first tarnish who they were with or what group the person who they were with were involved in. In this case, both her and her father were shot. Her father was shot multiple times, and he is 25-year-old Jonathan Watkins. And the media in this instance was quick to point out that he is a gangster disciple. Therefore, in the media's mind, had he not been a gang member, his young 5-month-old daughter would not have become a victim herself. Now, the sad irony of this story is her mother, who is Judy Watkins, the wife of one Jonathan Watkins, her father, was shot several months ago while carrying this young baby, whose name is Jonyla Watkins. She was shot while walking with a group of young females. They were approached, as so often the case is in Chicago, and this person opened fire, wounding her in the leg while she was pregnant. But getting back to the lead-off topic of this video, you know, at what point do you say enough is enough? At what point do you say, I've had it, I'm done, I'm finished, I'm leaving? You know, back during slavery, people would walk for weeks to escape the oppression of the slave masters. They would walk only at nighttime, following the northern star to what they believe would be a better, if not freer, life in the north. They risked life, limb, liberty, and freedom to escape into a better place. And I think about these young victims in Chicago. I think about the woman who made news this year who had lost all 4 of her children in Chicago. 3 boys and a daughter. And I think about this young woman, little Jonyla Watkins' mother, only 5 months old, who's now in critical condition with her father, alongside her father, in the hospital. If did the light go off to say enough is enough? I have to do it for my baby, if not for myself. I mean, why stay? If you're poor in Chicago, you can be poor in Tennessee. If you're poor in Tennessee, you can be poor in Texas. If you're poor in Texas, you can be poor in Georgia. It doesn't matter. But at some point, you have to get away from the incessant cycle of violence in that city. You know, people were beat, murdered, recaptured, hunted like dogs. But they said no more. My wish, my hope, is for parents in Chicago, in those areas that are saturated with animalistic killers. You have to leave. You have to say no more. I am escaping these black animals. If I have to put my kids on my back and walk down south, walk out west, I'm leaving. Because at some point, you no longer become the victim. You become complicit in whatever happens to your children. Because just like children don't ask to come here, children just can't up and leave without the parents. So at what point do we look at you and say, why do you have your children there? Economics aside. Because as I said before, if you're going to be poor in the north, you might as well be poor in the south and at least have a damn chance to make it. What is this sense of loyalty to this love of a city that doesn't love you? Where does that line become blurred and you say, the hell with that, I have to go? Unfortunately for a lot of parents up there and victims themselves, that light never comes on. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, the first brother, young brother that I met from Chicago was running from the Gangster Disciple gangs that had killed his brother. And he told his mother, I'm gone. I'm never coming back here. And that brother's doing well now, down here in Georgia. But at what point do you stop letting society make your kids into collateral damage? You see, no one really cares about the children dying in Chicago. No one really cares. Because they categorize you as savages. And whatever happens in Chicago is because you all are savages. And your victims are just collateral damage. Just like the children in Pakistan, just like the children that died in Iraq, just like the children dying in Syria right now. No one gives a damn. Because they're all products of war. Your children dying in Chicago are products of wars. They are a byproduct of war. That's the reason why they always put gang identifiers on the victims and the killers. Because they can write that off as collateral damage. You gotta leave. You gotta wake up. Stop being a statistic that no one is going to react to. No one.